It happened at a dinner party, the kind of gathering where couples dressed to impress, wine flowed freely, and conversations carried the weight of social status. Emily, my wife of 8 years, had been buzzing with excitement all week. She insisted we attend, saying it would be good for us to mingle. I didn't realize until that night that us didn't actually include me. The evening started normally enough. I shook hands, made small talk, and tried to ignore the growing unease in my gut. Emily was radiant, dressed in a red gown that turned heads the moment we walked in. But she wasn't looking at me. Her laughter, her touch, her energy, it was directed elsewhere. At him. His name was Daniel. Tall, confident, a little too smooth for his own good. I noticed immediately how Emily's hand lingered on his arm, how her eyes sparkled in a way they hadn't for me in months. At first, I told myself I was imagining it, that maybe I was being paranoid. But then came the moment that burned itself into my memory. Someone raised a glass for a toast, joking about how every great woman needs a man who can keep up with her. Emily laughed loudly, turned to Daniel, not me, and said, "That's why I have him." The room erupted with awkward chuckles. My stomach dropped. In front of friends, colleagues, strangers, my wife had chosen her lover over me. She didn't just betray me privately. She humiliated me publicly, making me the punchline of her secret. I didn't react. Not outwardly. My face remained calm, my glass raised politely. But inside something snapped. She thought I'd crumble, that I'd storm out in shame, that I'd lose my dignity while she basked in the thrill of rebellion. What she didn't realize was that I had already suspected her affair. I'd been watching, waiting, collecting proof. And tonight in this very room, her arrogance gave me the perfect stage. After the laughter died down, I stood slowly. All eyes turned to me. "You're right, Emily," I said smoothly. "Every great woman does need a man who can keep up with her. And since Daniel seems to be doing such a good job, perhaps you should tell everyone just how long the two of you have been keeping each other busy." The room went silent. Emily's face turned ghostly white. Daniel choked on his wine. Whispers rippled across the table. "Mark, please," Emily hissed, her voice trembling. "Not here." "Oh no," I said calmly. "Exactly here. You wanted an audience when you made your choice, didn't you? Let's give them the full show." I reached into my jacket pocket and pulled out a small envelope. Inside were photos, clear, undeniable pictures of Emily and Daniel together. At restaurants, in his car, even outside a hotel. I slid the envelope onto the table and pushed it toward her. Gasps erupted as a few brave hands reached to peek inside. Emily's eyes filled with tears. "How could you? How could I?" I interrupted, my voice sharp. "No, Emily. How could you? I gave you my love, my loyalty, my life. And you repay me by parading your affair like some twisted badge of honor." Daniel shifted uncomfortably, his confidence gone. "Look, maybe we should just..." I cut him off with a glare. "You stay out of this. You were nothing more than a distraction. She's the one who vowed to stand by me. She's the one who broke those vows." Emily reached for my arm, desperate now. "Mark, please, we can talk about this at home." I stepped back, my voice steady, final. "There is no home anymore. You made your choice tonight. And I'm making mine." With that, I placed my wedding ring on the table. The metallic clink echoed through the silence. Then I straightened my jacket, looked around the stunned faces in the room, and said, "Enjoy the rest of your evening." I walked out, my dignity intact, leaving Emily crumbling in front of the very people she had tried to impress. In the days that followed, the fallout was swift. Word of the scene spread quickly. Friends whispered, colleagues judged, and Daniel vanished from her life as fast as he had entered it. He hadn't expected consequences. He just wanted the thrill. Emily, meanwhile, tried to call, text, even show up at my office, begging for another chance. But my silence was louder than any words I could have spoken. I filed for divorce the following week. Clean, decisive, with the evidence attached. There was nothing left to fight over. She had destroyed the foundation herself. Months later, I heard through mutual friends that Emily was struggling. Reputation ruined, lover gone, marriage over. She never saw it coming, not the exposure, not the silence, not the cold precision of my exit. She thought publicly choosing her lover over me would break me. Instead, it broke her. And that was my final, calculated move.